Hello and welcome to Birth Your Vision podcast, and I'm your host. Today I am so excited to welcome my amazing guest, Gabriella, and she's going to be talking all about limiting beliefs and how self-belief is our superpower in business. But before I welcome Gabriella to actually come and speak to us and share some amazing tips and strategies, I just want to share some information about Gabriella and what she does. So Gabriella is a global certified rapid transformational therapist and mindset coach, an expert in helping entrepreneurs, business owners, and creatives to break free from limiting beliefs and mind blocks and emotional trauma as well. Her passion and her mission is to actually help you to build resilience and to superproof your mindset to achieve more in life and in your business. So without further ado, welcome the amazing Gabriella. How are you doing?
Wow. Thank you, Hannah. Thanks for having me here. It's great to be here. I can't wait to give more information on how to switch on that success mindset in business. So yeah, really happy to be here.
Absolutely. So great to actually connect with you. And we connected on a great platform, the Fem 500, which is so amazing.
Yeah.
Definitely. So today you are here talking all about self-belief, self-limiting beliefs, and the work that you do for businesses and entrepreneurs to be able to get them from A to B and give them a full transformation. Is that right?
Absolutely. I love what I do. I love helping business owners, entrepreneurs transform. Yeah.
Indeed. And I absolutely love your passion. And so your passion actually drove me to you because we talked about self-doubt and self-limiting belief, but then you have this amazing way of working with people. And Gabriella, you're going to share that with us a little bit later in terms of the coaching you offer and the amazing services as well, which is really amazing. But before we actually go into all that, I just want you to actually tell me about your journey into becoming this amazing rapid transformational coach.
Okay, so I'll tell you a little bit about who I am, and that's going to help you understand my journey. So I'm a mum of two grown-up sons. They're both in business. I'm a nana to 7 grandchildren. And I come from a family of successful entrepreneurs and business owners. However, it's taken me the long route to get there myself. And I've had lots of ups and downs and learning along the way. Yes. I've been through my own struggles. I've been through PTSD, trauma, redundancy, divorce, and I've had many mind blocks around starting my own business, creating my own business. But I've got rid of all of that, and I'm now well on the way to have a really successful 6-figure business. I've removed all my own mind blocks and changed my own neuro pathways. So this has made me passionate about helping others to create that success and happiness in their business and their lives. This is what spurred me on to get to where I am.
Absolutely. That's just amazing. And I love the fact that you have, 2 amazing sons and they are also in business. Would you say that they were inspired by their mom?
I'd like to think so. I'd love to think that they are. They've always seen the work ethic around them. So I think by everybody in the family, all my family own their own business. So it's kind of part of what we do. Yes.
Indeed, that is really amazing. Awesome. So I want to talk a little bit more about, the therapy that you offer. Tell me about your therapy. And also I hear it actually works quickly between 3 to 4 months. And, how do you actually help people to remove self-limiting beliefs within that amount of time?
Yeah, I'd love to. I love talking about this because I love helping people in this way. So people might come to me with, they might have depression, they might have anxiety. I work with a lot of business owners and entrepreneurs, and they might have imposter syndrome, self-doubt, negative money mindset, self-sabotage. And I help them turn that around. And the method that I use is called RTT. So it's rapid rapid transformational therapy. So I'm getting my tongue tied, and I combine that with coaching. So I've got my own fusion. And this is made up of CBT, NLP, hypnotherapy, and psychology. And the way it works is it gets to the root cause of the problem. So rather than dealing with all the things I've just talked about, which are all the symptoms, I get to the absolute root cause. So when we do that, it means that we can get rid of it and just, you don't have to live with it anymore. We can just eliminate it from your life. And then the best bit is I rewire. So everything I do is all about the science of the mind. And the best bit is I do the rewiring and reprogramming of your mind. So we create new neural pathways so that you can live that amazing life.
Wow, that's really incredible. So can you completely actually remove self-limiting beliefs?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I had this conversation with a couple of clients this week, and that you've got to want it. So whoever comes to me, they've got to want that, because we're working with the mind. And if you're ready and the mind wants it, your mind's going to do that. I also work in groups, and at the moment I've got 18 amazing business owners in a group, and I've been working with them, and they're just we did the group RTT session last week, and I had comments like, wow, I'm blown away, that's amazing. I love working with business owners and helping them remove those doubts so that they can get further in business. So yeah, it just lights me up. So I love seeing other people lit up by
absolutely
this.
That's incredible. Yeah, definitely. Thank you so much for that, Gabriella. And let's talk about some of the best tips. There are so many different tips that you can actually share with us today. So what's the best tip you can actually give around mindsets and how that is able to help businesses, especially those who are watching us today, who are in business and they're listening to you?
Yeah, so my best tip around mindset would be to talk to yourself differently. So think about how you talk to yourself. So really, imagine how you would talk to your best friends. So say that you were about to want to expand your business, or you want to introduce a new product, or you want to do a podcast, or you want to, go live on camera, and you're a little bit nervous about it. You've got self-doubt coming up. You've got those limiting beliefs coming up saying to you, you can't do that. You're not good enough to be on camera. You're not clever enough. You're not able to do it. It's about being with yourself and say to yourself what you would say to your own best friend. So your own best friend, you would say, come on, you can do this. You're amazing at what you do. You're brilliant. You can do this. You're good at this. And this is how you need to learn to talk to yourself. It's all about self-talk. It's really important.
Absolutely. So who are the people that actually inspires you, Gabriella? Because, many of us, we are inspired by, different types of people that, come from all walks of life. It could be members of our family. It could be someone that, we really are inspired by in the media. So who are the people that actually inspires you and really keeps you motivated to continue doing what you're doing?
Well, exactly that, actually. My family inspire me. My dad particularly, he's motivated me and inspired me all my life. My brother motivated me and encouraged me to go into the business that I'm doing now and help people and coach people. And he introduced me to Tony Robbins years ago, and I've always been inspired by him. And my mentor, which is Marissa Pia, she trained me in this therapy, and she's amazing. So yeah, and I've got many others, but there's so many to mention. But yeah, they're my main ones. Yeah.
Amazing. That's awesome. And, so tell us a little bit more about an example of one of your clients that you've actually coached, who you was able to actually help to transform them from a certain stage in their life, and how you've been able to move them from A to B. Just give us a snippet of one of your clients that mind.
Oh, no, I'd love to. I'd love to. So let me tell you about, so for the sake of this, I'm going to call him David. Okay. So obviously I don't reveal names.
Yeah.
Let's call him David. So David owned a thriving business. He owned an estate agency.
Yeah.
And it was doing so well, but he decided that he wanted to set up another sales shop in a different town. And he did all the figures. It looked great on paper. He'd had some advice. He'd made a business plan. And when he got so far down the line, he got this self-doubt cropping up, and self-doubt started to step in. And self-doubt was saying to him, this is too much for you to handle. You're not good enough for this. You're not clever enough. And the more and more you're stupid to even try. And the more these words kept coming up, the more anxiety kicked in, and the more he was struggling. And then he became extremely anxious. He was struggling in his whole business. His relationship was breaking down. He wasn't getting on with his children. And this is when he came to me. And we started to look at what was going on for him. We started to look at why he came to me for the anxiety. And I said to him, but look at how you're speaking to yourself. Can you hear the words that you're saying to yourself? You're telling me you started this by wanting to expand your business, and you've said all these things to yourself. And then we did some RTT, and we looked at the root cause of where all this self-doubt was coming from. And we discovered that when he was in school, he'd been bullied quite badly. Right. And all these words he's saying to himself are words that he heard from these bullies. And then on top of that, he was the oldest of 3 brothers, and his dad had always expected so much of him. And he could hear all the words from his dad that his dad would say to him. So he had a huge aha moment, and it clicked in his mind that, do you know what? These words are not even mine, and I don't need to carry them with me anymore. I know that I'm good in my business. I know that I can do this. So we did, to cut a long story short, we did the rewiring, we did the reprogramming, and we changed all those blueprints in his mind. And he's now opened his second shop, is doing amazing. He's repaired his relationship with his wife, and all this just from 2 months of working with me. The anxiety doesn't exist anymore, because we've taken away all of that self-talk that wasn't even his, and the limiting beliefs that he had, that it acquired from his younger life. So I'm really happy for him. I'm so pleased for him, because he had such an amazing transformation, and there are many, but that's just one example. Yeah.
Thank you so much for that. That is really inspiring. It's amazing how we can actually transform the lives of our clients. This is a very simple example of that. Sometimes the past really holds us down. Some of the things that people have actually said to us can actually affect our present and affect any decisions that we want to make for our life, especially, as an adult, when you're trying to start a business or you're trying to do something positive for yourself. Sometimes having something that you've not actually dealt with for such a long time could have a real major impact on your decision, on you moving forward.
Absolutely. It's always the case. And I could explain to you where self-doubt and limiting beliefs come from. Shall I explain to you? Because this is all what's tied up in it. And the key to getting rid of limiting beliefs and eliminating that self-doubt is, first of all, understanding it and understanding where it comes from. So let me tell you, here's the thing. You're not born with it. Nobody is born with self-doubt. It's learned behavior, and you learn it from maybe your parents, your teachers, your friends, your grandparents, anybody that you spent time around when you were younger, and it's become a blueprint in your mind. You see, a little child that doesn't know how to walk or talk keeps trying. When you're a child, if you don't know how to eat, you're just going to keep trying. You don't say, I'm going to give up on this. I'm not going to do this anymore. So limiting beliefs don't exist until we get to like 4 or 5, and We might come across people that criticize us. We might come across bullies. We might have parents that are overbearing or extremely critical of us. We might have teachers that do the same thing. And we might be with parents and family members that don't believe in themselves. And we acquire all this. We gather all this as we go through life. Maybe you've heard something like, you're never going to make anything of your life. You're not good at that. This family never has money. You're a failure. I'm sure lots of this sounds familiar because we all hear these things. And, you might hear the words and these all become a blueprint, and then they become a habit, and you feel that you can't control it, and it starts to impact how well you do your business. It impacts your motivation, it impacts your thinking, it impacts how you sell, and it impacts your thought process, whether you feel that you can expand your business or not. And it creates that inaction. However, let me tell you something. This is not permanent. You can change those neural pathways, and that's my superpower because I can help you do that. So yeah, I love that.
I really, really love that, to be quite honest, because it's about knowing that it's not a permanent thing for your clients, because sometimes they feel like I'm stuck and there's no getting out. There's no way out. But it's really reassuring when they work with you. I mean, this is all about the work that you do. So when they work with you, they're able to actually transform, and their thoughts and their thinking changes. They're able to believe more in themselves and really move forward. And there is proof of that, which is really amazing. And I'm so excited to actually kind of just invite you to just share your amazing program, exactly what it is that you offer.
Yeah. Have I got time to give you one more tip before I do that? Is there time?
Oh, yes. Yeah, you have.
I've just got one more tip that I forgot earlier. So yeah, my biggest tip, my real big tip for you to switch on this success mindset and get rid of these limiting beliefs.
Yes.
If I can give you anything, it would be to install self-praise in your everyday.
Yeah.
Self-praise can change your life. It's the biggest gift that I can give you. My parents told me you can achieve anything that you set your mind to. And I think this is absolutely true. And it's so important to give yourself this self-praise. You see, often we look outside for praise, and we might look to our partners, we might look to people that we work with, our colleagues. And when we get praise from other people, it's really nice, but it never lasts because our mind doesn't hold on to it. When we tell it to ourselves, it stays with us. So I say, get yourself a nice notebook, keep it next to your bed. I tell all my clients to write down I am, and whatever follows I am follows you. So you write down, I am clever, I'm amazing, I'm intelligent, I'm powerful, I'm amazing at business. I've got an amazing product to give out to the world. I've got an amazing service to give out to the world. And you write that, you add to this every day, you read it every morning, and it's the best gift that you can give yourself to upgrade your mindset, because your mind will just soak it in and your mind will absolutely believe every word of it. So I just wanted to make sure I gave that to everybody.
I think that is really powerful, Gabriella, because gratitude, it's really important in everything we do. We really have to express, gratitude and being grateful, having the opportunity to be able to even celebrate your winnings. Sometimes we don't celebrate our winnings or celebrate ourselves. It doesn't matter how big or how small your winnings are. Celebrate it and be your biggest cheerleader. So I totally agree with what you said. Indeed. Thank you so much for that. Yeah, so I just wanted to know more about your program.
Yeah, so I've got 2 group programs that I'm absolutely love delivering. Like I say, I've got 2 groups of 18 amazing business owners right now working with me. And one of my group programs is a 6-week program that's all about eliminating this self-doubt and switching on that success mindset, and that runs over 6 weeks. In that, I work with you as a group, and you get a group of other like-minded business owners that support and help each other, and there's lots of amazing contact. But the most important thing is we do the powerful RTT, which rewires and reprograms your mind. And the other option is my 4-month ultimate success package. So in that, there is also the eliminating the self-doubt, but on top of that, you get confidence and visibility, you get money mindset, which I love delivering. So we go 3 rounds on the RTT, and there's so much more jam-packed into that. I work on your resilience, I work on your emotional intelligence, and I'm just getting some amazing feedback from these programs. So for me, it gives me so much, because I'm loving working with all these amazing business owners. So it makes me happy. Yeah.
Fantastic. Awesome. So I'm going to be sharing your program and your services in the show notes, as well as the comment section, so that our viewers can actually comment or even get in touch with you. I just wanted to read a question from one of our listeners, and this question is actually for you, Gabriella. It says, how do we continue to keep positive mindset even when we are surrounded with negative thoughts and feelings and people?
Yeah, so it's really important, who you mix with matters.
Yeah.
So it's about looking at who you mix with, bringing that tribe into your life that are positive. The people that are not, don't spend so much time with them. But it's important to work on your own mindset. And, you've just mentioned a grateful diary. I get all my clients to do a grateful diary. I get everyone to do the praise. I get everyone to, journaling is very important, but being aware of those negative thoughts and turning them around. And one of the big things that I tell everybody, and you mentioned it a second ago, you beat me to it, but is to be your own cheerleader.
Yes.
When you're your own cheerleader, that's such an amazing thing you can do for yourself. You're not looking outside for everybody else to give you that. And when your mind is rock solid, which I do in my program, I help people become rock solid. And when their mind is in a good place, you won't let in all those other people's thoughts, beliefs, and words. And you're going to upgrade your mindset so much that you don't even want to be around those people. Wow. So that's my tip for that. Yes.
Gabriella, I love that. Rock solid.
Yeah.
Elevating your mind to the next level. Your mindset will change so much that you don't even want to surround yourself with negative people that put you down. I absolutely love that. And I just want to share with my listeners, if any of you are going through a challenge with self-limiting beliefs, and you are a woman in business or even a man in business, you know what? I want you to get in touch with Gabriella. She is here to help you to overcome those challenges through her amazing program. You can actually reach her and get in touch with her. I'll be sharing the link in the show notes. So do feel free to be in touch with Gabriella. So, tell me about 1 or 2 winnings since the time you've been in business. What are they? What have you actually kind of achieved in your business?
So I've grown my business from nothing, and I've helped hundreds of people now, hundreds, men, women. Something quite close to my heart. There's been several that have been suicidal that I've helped. So I've saved lives, which makes me feel, I feel that feels amazing to be able to do that. So people have a way out. So one particular client came to me, and she'd been hospitalized many times. She'd got a baby. She was in her early 40s. And her husband rang and said, "Can you help? I hear you can help." So I didn't know them. And she came to me. I worked with her for 4 months, and she's now doing amazing. She's going back to studying. She loves life. She doesn't do any of what, there is no thought of suicide anymore. So to me, When my clients transform,
Mm.
that's when I feel like I've achieved something. Just to, last week I did my RTT to these 18 business owners, and to watch every single one of them, their comments afterwards were, I'm blown away. Wow, this is amazing. And we're only a week in, well, we're 5 days in, and they're saying to me, my mindset's totally changed. I feel different. I don't want to be around negative people. So just an answer, one person's just messaged me earlier, said, it's really strange. I'm finding it really annoying when I'm with negative people, and I never even noticed it before. And things like that. And, I've one girl messaged me as well, and she said, I've just taken on a job with 3 times more salary than what I would have ever dared to go for. So when other people achieve it, that makes me feel successful. I feel amazing. So, yeah.
Incredible. Fantastic. And, as business owners, sometimes we feel very overwhelmed and very tired. So what do you do as a way to kind of implement self-care in your business strategy?
Yeah, so I go for a walk. I often burn oils because I think it's really relaxing to do that, and I play some music. And maybe, in this time where we've gone through COVID, it's really important to connect and ring a friend or go out and have a coffee with a friend, or all of those things. But I think self-care is essential. I think self-care is part of the healing, and it's also part of what we need to do for our businesses, just to remember to shut off and have some connection. I think connection is essential. Connection is so important, because we can forget that when we're on our own and we're doing business. It's really easy to get used to not having connection, and connection is really important to everybody.
Yes, absolutely. And I just wanted to know if you have any advice for our listeners who are watching, who are actually in business at the moment, and they might be thinking, I'm feeling a little bit overwhelmed, and I do have a slight bit of self-limiting belief going on in my mind with my business. What advice would you give them?
Yeah, so, often overwhelm can be because you've got too many conflicting thoughts going on in your head, and it's not actually the work that's going on around you. It's because you need to do the inner work. And I think my big tip would be to do that inner work. And if you are only as good as the machine that's running your business, and you are the machine that's running your business. And as we go through life, we collect these bugs and viruses, and we look after our computers and we get rid of them. But we need to get rid of the bugs and viruses that we've collected. And I say that you need to have a clear out of that machine every now and again, so that you can do so much more and so much better in your business. And that would be my advice there. Absolutely.
Yeah, that sounds awesome. And one more question from our listeners. What advice can you actually give a young woman who wants to pursue career in coaching? So just one or two advice in terms of the do's and the don'ts.
Yeah, so I would find someone that you relate to that also does coaching, because there are so many people out there. I'd make sure that person fits you, because this is a big question. There are so many people, there are so many courses, it gets a little bit overwhelming looking at all the different courses. So I would find the person that relates to you, that has the style that fits you, and study them and watch them, and then find the course that's right, because you can sometimes get a little bit too overwhelmed with looking for different courses. And then surround yourself with the right people. That is so important, mix with the right people. And one more thing that's extremely important, and I'm repeating myself, when you become a coach, a therapist, any of those things come up for you. Do the work on yourself. Get that out the way before you start, because this will come up to haunt you as you go through your career. So do the work on yourself. It's so important. Yeah,
absolutely, indeed. Thank you so much. Any last words of hope and inspiration?
If yeah, if I can help anyone, please get in touch. I'd love people to join my group programs. I've also got a couple of things for your listeners to offer them. So if I'd like to invite everybody listening to my introductory masterclass. I do a masterclass for a whole hour. It's free. And it's all about creating this success mindset in business. And it's all for business owners and entrepreneurs. I'd also like to invite you to be in my WhatsApp group and give you 3 months access for free as a gift from me. So in my WhatsApp group is Resilient Mind Matters. It's not the same WhatsApp group, which is my paid groups are in. It's a separate one where I give value throughout the week, and you've got like-minded people to interact with, and it's supportive. So anybody that would like either of these things, please get in touch with me. I'm on LinkedIn, and you can WhatsApp me. If you can give my details out, Hannah, is probably the easiest way is to message me on LinkedIn.
Yes.
And you can get all my details there. And I'd love to pass all this on to you. And you're amazing, Hannah. So thank you so much. You're just inspiring and warm and lovely. And I've loved talking to you. So thank you for having me. Thank you.
You are very welcome, Gabriella. Well, the comment looks very exciting. Yes, 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 yes. So you will probably get some of our listeners getting in touch with you who wants to join your amazing WhatsApp group. And I would like to say thank you so much, Gabriella. You've been an amazing guest. You're very calm, cool, and collected. And I just love your vibe. You're very chilled, which is really amazing. So thank you so much for being on the Birth Your Vision podcast. How have you found the process?
Oh, I loved it. I think you're well, sometime soon I'm going to come on your call to birth my own podcast, because I know you're just amazing at this. And if I was going to go to anybody to launch my podcast, it would be you, for definite. So it's been very smooth, very easy. Easy. one of the easiest ones I've done. So
thank you so much. Yeah. Thank you so much. You've been amazing, and you've actually shared some really vital tools in terms of, self-belief and how we can actually overcome it, and your amazing coaching program as well for those who are interested in working through that with you. So thank you so much. And I wanted to say thank you to all our wonderful, amazing listeners. Thank you so much for joining us again on another amazing Birth Your Vision podcast show. So I would love to continue to see you and, more interaction from you guys. So make sure that you subscribe and you rate and you also review all our podcasts, and also check out our show notes, as well as subscribe to our emailing list. So until next week with another guest, stay blessed. And thank you so much to the wonderful Gabriella, my amazing guest. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Hannah.
Thank you. Take care, everybody. Have a great evening. Stay blessed. Bye for now.